You are watching Liberty Online TV.
This is Liberty Online TV powered by Orange Sierra Leone. Orange.
Una wey dey watch me, this na quick message on the mpox sick na salon wey dey comot from Liberty Online TV. As of today, the case dem na salon just dey go up. For make sure say you no get this sick, National Public Health Agency don say we for wash we and all time avoid boku shakan and all, and no go near person wey get the signs dem of mpox. And sef, if you sabi anybody wey get high fever or rash and body, make him rush go na hospital one time. This message dey come to you from Liberty Online TV.
Good morning, viewers, and welcome to another edition of the Breakfast Show, where they come to you live from Liberty Online TV. We dey stream na Facebook, YouTube, and also na we website where they powered by Orange Sierra Leone. We will bring the program come to you this Tuesday morning. Mina Khadija Bangura.
And Mina Mabel Kaba. Good morning. Today na Tuesday, and na the 17th day of June 2025. Inside this edition of the Breakfast Show live na Liberty Online TV today, we can look at recommendation 78 na the cross-party committee on electoral systems and management bodies review. We come out from the Tripartite committee. Usai them be recommend say the country forget a national dialogue. Usai for decide the kind electoral system we salon one for the use, especially for parliamentary and local council elections them. As we see inside last week, the National Election Watch knew, together with them partner them, been hold this national dialogue, which then take 2 days for talk about the kind electoral system where they want for make salon go they use. Also, the civil society organizations then been get a position paper where they come out from this dialogue. Waiting there inside this position paper, now that we can discuss inside this morning edition of the Breakfast Show.
Well, this and other story, them they inside the program for you this Tuesday morning. Remember, say you say for the watch we go get the opportunity for add your voice to the conversation. Send we your message on the number +232 74 545, or you can as well text we na we comment section at any of the platform the way they watch we this morning. As we the stream na Facebook, YouTube, and also na we website where they powered by Orange Sierra Leone. This na the Breakfast Show where they come to you live. We get many issues them where they happen about different things them na the country. You will get the opportunity for interact and be part of the conversation through the comment section. Don't forget to share the program so that more people go be part of the conversation this morning.
We will continue with the Breakfast Show, and the first issue we will look at now this Tuesday edition of the Breakfast Show. Now also yesterday when I've been June 16, different school organization and other institutions themselves been celebrate this day. Also the country them na Africa can use, especially for member the same way picking in Soweto inside South Africa been die because them they fight for their rights them. Well, UNICEF now one the body them we yesterday been join salon for observe this day. Also them be engaged journalists them for talk about what make importance for the plan and safe help for protect speaking rights. Let we just watch as Mariatu Sharif been dede and Iguna reports.
June 16 now, they will country then Africa can celebrate as Day of the African Child. And this day come about with school picking them na South Africa. In demonstrate for get them freedom from the white people them inside 1976. And from that same day to now, country them na Africa don't they celebrate this day every year. As Salon join other countries then at the world for celebrate this day with the theme Planning and Budgeting for Children's Rights, the United Nations Children Emergency Fund, UNICEF, don't go engage journalists them on the importance of children's funding and budget na the country. Rudolf Schwen, now the country head for UNICEF, inside in opening remarks, he say, because half of the country in population now picking them under 18 years, make budget and finance for picking them very important.
Financing for children, why does it matter? And my colleague Suzanne has already briefly mentioned it. You know, it's because, I mean, why do children matter? It's because also 50% of the population in Sierra Leone is under the age of 18, and the future of the country really depends on how we invest in this majority, how we invest today in children. And over the last 15 years, since the last Day of the African Child looked at planning and budgeting for children, there have been encouraging developments. Free quality school education has been expanded. For example, immunization coverage has increased. The social safety net programs is reaching more families that live in poverty. So many good steps were made and backed by strong political commitment. And at the same time, of course, policy intent must be matched by practical investment to ensure that those gains are deepened, that they're sustained, and that they really equitably extend to every child across the country.
It continues to say, journalists them don't they play important role for bringing reports but speaking them to government for help improve picking their life them at the country.
Active responsibility. So now this year's commemoration, if you wish, is also to look at progress. How far have we come and how far is still required to go? Where do we stand and where do we have accelerated? And that's why we invited you as the media, because your voices are really critical and your work, you help initiate public dialogue, you help with accountability in the country, and you bring children's issues to the forefront. You do this on a daily basis. And I have to say that I'm now here in Sierra Leone since 2 years. I have been in many other countries, other continents, and I'm really impressed by the media environment. It's very vibrant. There are many newspapers, there are many media outlets, radios, news channels, and I can see that issues of national interest are really taken up by the media. So I would like to thank you for that.
Where it again in presentation, Sebastian Akogwel, where na the social policy and specialist na UNICEF say public finance for picking.
Now, studies by World Bank have shown that for every dollar spent on social services, there is a $44 return on investment in terms of economic benefits to those who have benefited from investment in such social services. Now, this is where public finance becomes important, because it is an approach to effectively and efficiently spend and to the benefit of children. So that's what public finance for children is, if we were to reduce it to that. Because the budget in and of itself is a policy document. And as such, public budget reflects national priorities which affects children, and we must have children at the center of these national priorities. So, what does that mean? Any inadequate experience of inadequate funding will worsen child poverty and deprivations, limiting access to social services such as education, health and social protection, as earlier mentioned. What is important here also is that some of these deprivations are overlapping. So it's also possible to have a child who has more than 1 or 2 deprivations.
It continue for talk about the challenge where picking them still they facing at the country.
That leads us to the quadruple challenge. The quadruple challenge statement, what does it talk about? It's talking about the 4 key challenges as far as public finance for children is concerned. We have the adequacy challenge, which looks at is there sufficient allocation to that particular sector, health, education, and does this allocation, do they meet the global benchmarks? So the adequacy question needs to be asked as we look at that. Then we move to the efficiency question. Even when these budgets are passed, most times it is the case that the same budget that has been passed is not fully implemented. So you'll find 68% budget implementation, 78%, 48% budget implementation in certain sectors. Now, why is this important? You have to flip it this way. Whenever you see a budget not fully implemented, the counterfactual question there is simple. Is there a chance that a child was lost if it's a Ministry of Health budget because this budget was not fully implemented? If it's Ministry of Education, is there a chance that a child that could have been moved from illiteracy to literacy, to literacy, I have to correct myself there, from illiteracy to literacy was not because the requisite services were not provided, the budget was not fully implemented. So efficiency issues begin to come to play there.
Sebastian Akogwel end up call on journalists them for continue for the work with UNICEF and other body them for help promote picking them business na the country. For Liberty Online TV, me na Maria to Sheriff.
All right, we continue with the breakfast show where they come to you live from Liberty Online TV. We they look at another issue. Outside this being business people and don't they raise concern, but the tax register with the National Revenue Authority through the domestic tax departments where they put na business people and place them. And this we don't be concerned for them people there. So well, 5 years now with this particular machine, don't they work for the National Revenue Authority as way for let them go continue for get a tax them. This be make Monday yesterday when I've been June 16. The domestic tax department go install other electronic cash device them. Now people and shop them where they sell building material. David Yankee gets more and he go now report.
Domestic tax departments na the National Revenue Authority where them be set up inside 2011 for make people where they pay tax register with them service, return payment process, audit assessment, and other thing them as way for comply with the mandate for raise revenue na the country. But from that 10 day to now, business people where they use this system for pay tax don't they raise concern, say the machine where them install don't they give a plenty problem. We make Monday, June 16 this year. Domestic tax department don't install electronic cash register device na building material and electronic shop them na freetongue as way for address the plenty concern them we shop owner them be done they raise. Way in the talk, the program's lead for the electronic cash register device, Ishmael Kamara, start first for talk about the purpose of this installation.
The essence is what to replace the old devices we have, because these old devices have been with us for the past 5 years and people have been complaining a lot. So they need necessary to be new devices to replace it.
Ishmael Kamara continue for talk, but how this go benefit business people where they use this system.
Efficiency. We want to increase what the usage of the machine. Like if you go back for the past 2 or 3 weeks, we've been out there sensitizing people, and now we're not in the implementation stage. Now we are also confiscating goods, like for taxpayers who buy from businesses without obtaining the ECR receipts. We request from these business people to ensure that at any time you sell to a customer, issue the receipt. If you don't issue the receipt, if we capture the goods, we send the customer back to you to collect the receipt, and that has been working effectively for the past couple of days.
Ishmael Kamara end up for encourage all shop owner them for use this new electronic cash device as way for upgrade the system easy one. For Liberty Online TV, me na David Yankee Sise the report.
Alright, welcome back. It's still the Breakfast Show on Liberty Online TV, and members in this edition of the Breakfast Show today, we go for can talk about the kind system of votes. We can't talk today to the National Elections Watch New, where they can explain waiting command at the position paper where civil society organization then put together last week. And so in 2 days national dialogue where them be all for talk about the kind electoral system where salon for the use in terms of presidential and self-local council elections them. So in case you get any question for ask or comments for make regarding that, feel free for drop them at the comment section. Now the different platform they must on the watch with this morning. As we continue with the Breakfast Show, we look at other issues back. We get to do with the Bolima community in Waterloo, we don't raise concern, but the bad road network where the people in this community say they don't get for long term now. Let we just watch as David Yankee say bingo wakade and he bring this report. All right, we We go bring that report they come to Una shortly, but let we just go na the eastern part of Ritong, was at the Albert Preparatory and International High School. Yesterday been joined other school and for member the Day of the African Child as them be use them for let the picking them showcase waiting them one for be with them big. Let we just watch as Al Hassan Kuruma gets more on this Ego reports.
So the Advert International High School been member the Day of the African Child. Outside this day, countries them na Africa, they member the plenty picking them we been lost in life na Soweto, South Africa, June 16, 1976. But waiting this day mean for the Advert International School, where it been explained to Liberty Online TV, the principal Arthur William talk say this day na time for make we give rights to be picking them for choose waiting the one for be tomorrow.
Well, the reason why we at Harvard International School we celebrate this day, even though initially it was for the Soweto massacre and everything else, but in Sierra Leone it has gradually transformed into something that has a life of its own. So for us at Harvard International School, one of the things we've realized is that pupils in Sierra Leone, they do not understand why they're going to school, what are the net benefits, why are you going through this, why are you going through MPSC, Becker and WASC, and you go through 5 years of college. So for you to understand that, you have to be inspired at an early age. You have to understand journalism, you have to say journalist, you have to understand what does that journalist gain. That guy is a doctor, what did he go through, how did he study, what happened, I want to be a doctor. So therefore I have to make up my mind, I have to study physics, chemistry. So when you inspire a child at the age of 9, 10, and that child has a mindset that I'm going to become a doctor, you have actually given that child focus.
As speaking them use this day for show waiting the one for be, when them big, then explain to Liberty Online TV on the importance of the career we then choose.
Because we protect people, keep the city safe, and always catch bad guys. I like Leah because they fight for justice and make sure justice is served. That's why I choose Leah.
We in the tour, Madam Evans, when Akumbra say they ready for support them picking them for achieve waiting they want for be where them be.
I do appreciate this June 16 very much the way when the school do am. And Albert na a school, na a grade A school na Eastern. Because they do very well from the mix when they America, na Albert school they attend. So when we grab this gold must be class 1, I choose Albert on next camp. I'm really grateful to Albert Academic School because first of all, they're very humble. They learn picking their for when and how to talk in public. They are very disciplined, and whenever they get a program, they come out very, very nice.
This day of the African child, na therefore remind we self but the right of picking them na Africa, and this day always remember the souls them where we don't lost their life them as Africa before work and promote democracy and the rights and welfare of all picking them na Africa. For Liberty Online TV, Al Hassan Kuma the report.
All right, we dey continue the breakfast show where they come to you live from Liberty Online TV. We dey stream na Facebook, YouTube, and also na our website where they powered by Orange Sierra Leone. You can as well send we text message on the number +23274200545. As this morning they look at different issues them where happen at different parts them na the country. Then later we can talk to the National Elections Watch New where this being them be all a consultative meeting outside the engaged stakeholder them for talk about the preferred electoral method them we Salon for use as part of the recommendation them where they inside the Tripartite committee where the government and the main opposition be all immediately after the June 24th, 2023 elections. Outside the opposition say they not agree for the outcome of the elections. We make international partner them be come in and start a peace negotiation and put certain recommendation them we bond the Tripartite committee. Well, now they try for implement the recommendation them from this Tripartite committee and the National Elections Watch. Now one party stakeholder them where they talk about the implementation and some of the recommendation them. When they take a quick break, we'll come back, we will continue with the breakfast show.
A nation forged in resilience from the ashes of the 11 years brutal civil war through the shadows of Ebola, COVID-19, and the mudslide. Sierra Leone rises, but the journey is far from over. Governance strain. Youth demand more. Women demand more. 60% in poverty. But what if the solutions lie not in silence, but in dialogue? This is not another talk show. This is State of the Nation, where every voice feels change. From Freetown to Kono, we are turning debates into action. No script, no spin, just Sierra Leoneans rewriting their future together. So we bring you a movement not just to speak, but to be heard. Speak out. Hold power to account. This is your nation. This is your voice. This is State of the Nation. Only on Liberty TV on Facebook, YouTube, and on www.libertytvonline.com. Every month, the last Sunday, 7 to 9 p.m. Tune in. The nation is watching.
I think currently I have a thing for Vicky Remo.
Hello viewers, we don dey bring different content dem to you and we no dey tire for make the content dem wey you like. And now, we dey bring fun and shorts with Adri. This na game show also your favorite celebrity, social media influencers, students and other people go play game dey like truth and shorts, charades, riddles and other game dem wey you sef go learn from. This content will come to you every Sunday, 9 o'clock na net. Now all the Liberty Online TV social media platforms then.
She chose number one. She's always number one.
Period.
On top.
Period. On top.
Yeah.
So not miss out. Join me for laugh with your favorite celebrity and social media influencers then. Hello, una wey dey watch me. This na quick message on the mpox sick na Salon wey dey comot from Liberty Online TV. As of today, the case dem na Salon just dey go up. For make sure say you no get this sick, National Public Health Agency don say we for wash we and all time avoid the push shaken and all, and no go near person wey get the signs dem of mpox. And sef, if you sabi anybody wey get high fever or rash and body, make im rush go na hospital one time. This message dey come to you from Liberty Online TV.
Welcome back. You still watch the breakfast show on Liberty Online TV. And remember, see yourself for the watch the show. You can drop your comments, ask your question. Now the comment section and the different platforms side the watch. You drop an applause 232 74 200 545. We tell you say today we want for can talk about the issues and civil society organizations and go discuss last week. Now a dialogue we then get for 2 days. Also I then go talk about the kind electoral system we salon for practice. As well know say this some up and the recommendations them we come out inside the Tripartite committee where lead up to a political party committee where the government and the opposition party then they into for ensure say then discuss with civil society organization and other people them where they work on electoral management systems them for decide the kind electoral system we salon for practice for parliamentary and local council elections them. Well, at the studio for we can get this conversation this morning. I want to welcome Reverend James Lahai. We are the coordinator for National Election Watch. Good morning and welcome to the breakfast show, Reverend.
Good morning, Mabel. Good morning, Khadija. And thanks for hosting me.
Before we can go into the dialogue we una been get last week 2 days with different civil society and election management body them, let we just go back to this particular recommendation 78 when I give back to this dialogue we una don't hold. So how as civil society organizations them wanna reach to a conclusion also we see new and una partners them being get this particular dialogue?
Well, in the first place, after we observation of the 2023 elections, one of the priority recommendations now be that need day for a conversation for able determine which electoral system we for adopt as a country, rather than we dey in between we be say any electoral commission where they exist go surprise players about which electoral system we suppose for use. One big pillar per election business, now that way they say free, the fair component, and then the level playing field. So if one person gets information about the process, the other one they not get, that it's not fair. So now if fine as a country, let we determine what do we want. Is it first past the post or constituency based, or the proportional representation? Proportional representation can take several forms. If now the proportional representation would take which form of proportional representation? It go able guarantee accountability. It go able put the people them at the center of the decision making of the people that we get for represent them. Which kind? So now that make we be, and we see say in 2023, the manner in which the Electoral Commission come with that decision, because now they advise the president, because they say they're not able to do the boundary delimitation, and they say if they continue them, they're not going to able to do them in time for comply with the ECOWAS protocol, which say law them about election, suppose for don't conclude 6 months before the election. So, but the thing will be missing, nobody know outside the Electoral Commission, we don't tap for the boundary delimitation business. Stakeholders like we know how far they go, waiting be left, what consultations would have been made to see the boundary delimitation is completed. So, but then take that decision, and it was getting close to the elections. You go see, say, in fact, the SLPP, they don't do the lower level elections before the Electoral Commission be advised the president for proclaim that the election for be a PR base.
This dialogue way, according to recommendation 78, we are supposed for all for know the kind of elections so then for all for local council and parliamentary. It can be a dialogue, but if we are not try for put into a document to say political party and they sign, the same thing back go happen where elections come, they begin see the issues of which method of elections then for use. Just the question happen for the 2023 elections, we'll see then go on to court for interpretation. How una go ensure say beyond this dialogue, una get the political party them for sign to a document?
Well, the issue is indications then they about sincerity of government. because they don't single out this particular recommendation, winner recommendation 78, and they don't put special emphasis on them. Where we say the chief minister don't transfer the authority to the Attorney General and Minister of Justice for ensure say this conversation will take place at regional level and at national level for a decision to be taken. I think that alone is an indication that they want to go in the right direction as far as determining the electoral system of the country. So if their consultations there all take place and there is a national decision that this is what Sierra Leone is going to adopt as their electoral system, well, because you know, whoever predicts politician, but I believe say they're not going to go back on their word.
During the dialogue we get, we see the minority leader in the parliament, Honorable Abdul Kagbo, been raised concern at that dialogue day. We want to get the conversation about this deciding whose electoral system for use. According to them, because we been use that 2023, the system where the government decide for use, communities and they currently we not get members of parliament to they represent them because of the kind system where they use. From a civil society perspective, now waiting government be miss at that time for introduce that system where they use, where they elect the communities and the way they complain say they not get members of parliament to they represent them. Waiting they miss.
It's not just about missing something. The way and manner in which the decision be reached, now it not be correct. Because it not be consultative. And because it not be consultative, now one focus, now it be there, waiting the Electoral Commission it be feel at that point in time. It not take into account plenty other issues will go arise from that decision. For example, when you take the decentralization process, we get the ward committees. The ward committees now they're responsible for oversee development in their various wards. But when you come with the PR system, that they become impossible because the councillor now is supposed to be the chairman of the ward. So how you go determine now who's councillor for be chairman for this ward when a list they go produce. And that list now they distribute according to how the ward they do. The list na party influence. How you influence it at the party, now they determine the position where you get for the list. So in fact, we get a situation of Falaba during with dialogue where the person will come up from Falaba district, the Toxi. You get one of them will not get a councillor for able lead the development aspirations. So what they do, then they appoint councillor them when from other communities for go help. And then see and say commitment now they for that kind of arrangement, and so that they adversely affect them what they do. So it's not so much about missing something, it's about taking a decision without due consultation and critical thinking of how it actually go get for day. Because even when you watch them, they adopt them, but they not even indicate what succession would look like. So we'll see the case of the Kanema District Council Chairman will die. In replacement, the Electoral Commission want for conduct elections. The Attorney General and Minister of Justice at that time tell them, say, no, it's not possible for them to conduct elections. So I advise una for let the deputy where and that chairman on the same ticket they elect them, just assume the position. But the Electoral Commission still go ahead for published timelines for the election until the matter was taken to court and the courts make judgment against conducting an election. So all that they now because they not be sit down and actually look at the situation properly and put in place mechanisms where go make whatever electoral system would they go on with not affect with development aspirations, with representative aspirations, and people active participation in the decision making.
When we talk about the effect, as you don't mention, of changing electoral systems every electoral cycle, and this na sensitive matter them way most time after elections, politicians they don't seem for move on, especially when they working in governance because the odds can they in their favor. What are some of the effects on the country electoral patterns if every electoral cycle, the electoral commission, they propose saying that this method of elections one for use?
One, like I don't state earlier, you will not be able to create a level playing field. Because definitely, since now the president will get for proclaim on the advice of the chief electoral commissioner, the president will don't get an idea of that decision. Whilst other contenders, they're not aware. So they will spring out on them as a surprise. So that they undermine credible elections. Because the election, they say, it will be free, fair, credible, and free from fear. That's one. Two, and let me say this. It is unfortunate, this country, now God no more go help we. Because it no matter which political party, SLPP that they in power today, but they met you. APC they cry saying a bad system. But what APC kind of power? They not go abolish them. Now they go with because they go there in their advantage. So now we the people, now we caught in between the bad policies and decisions. Now only when they're in opposition, then they acknowledge, say, this is bad, this is bad. Now I make most times that they accuse like a unaso, or we say now the opposition will do. Because we they still stick to the issues. If this is bad, we don't say bad. It no matter who that in a power. And so if you continue for stand by their issue, then they who that they na power they say now the opposition you did. And also when the opposition back can power, then we say now that opposition now you did. So that's the dilemma. Where would they eat for this kind of work here, where would they do so? It's unfortunate. But I am happy. Because there are times out of very bad situations, good will come out. Out of a very bad election in 2023, we don't get a situation where the two major political parties, even though that they say not to SLPP now government, but this now government-led. It's an SLPP-led government. So, possibly you go infer, say, now SLPP, now they go sit down at table. It was not correct for let only two parties determine the fate of a whole country. But then we needed to move forward. So as civil society, we said, so be it. If that's what they want, no problem. There was no civil society voice. There was no religious voice. There was no media voice. It was just APC, SLPP, and the moral guarantors. Okay, they don't sit down, they don't come out with 80 plus recommendations. Because recommendation, then they will not get consensus on, where they decide, say, they're not going to put them with the main recommendations, then they put them as annex. So they are the SFD and will not for disregard them. So luckily, they will agree, say, we not for leverage decision of which form of electoral system for the use only to the Electoral Commission or to the party in government. Let we get a national conversation about them and take a decision. And I am happy about that. And we engage their sincerity. Now I make the Attorney General and Minister of Justice, where again for they go round for their regional consultations, who said they follow them, will they go with them, for let we able for the gauge the sincerity as we they go. And if we see say things they look bad, we go bring that to their attention. Because tell them you can do something if you say that the right thing they do. So if somebody not draw your attention to that day, you can continue with that day.
Yeah, now we do a bit of comparative analysis between country them we get fixed electoral systems and country like Salo we not get fixed electoral system. It might be first past the post, it might be proportional representation. For example, you fail with the electoral systems of the Gambia, then get very fixed one when I first pass the post. And you just see how the your electoral system process them can be very smooth. Like all elections, before they don't announce results, everybody don't move on. Unlike Salon, after elections, contender then kinde, some man they say will not satisfy. The 2023 election we just make mention of now one example. How the democratic systems and then country that we get fixed electoral system and country that like Salon no get fixed electoral system. How you can compare them?
I mean, you know, this Khadija, it's not about the electoral system. Because we don't try the first past the post, we don't try the proportional representation three times. But in each case, there has been contest contending that the election is not fine.
So what's the problem?
The problem is the process and the one that where they manage the process. Khadija, let me tell you, the Electoral Commission able to make let violence not per elections. How? If the Electoral Commission allow participatory process, inclusive process, open process, where everybody they participate, everybody they follow, every stage of the process. Before said that they announce the result, the one we lost, they will congratulate the one we don't win. Because you know, get nothing where they hide behind. All the ala we will get in 2023, now where because you go see say in fact the election, the polling, there was no problem. Even though there were issues with distribution of voting materials, where some polling station they like St. Anne now open till 11 p.m. na net, but the people are determined that will go vote. And when they do the tabulation, they not let the people they watch how the tabulation they go on. George Weah and Liberia, it be conceded because every step for the tabulation it open. Everybody they see how it they go. So you say they see how you they perform. And if every political party like the Electoral Commission they draw them, then they together, then they watch how the process they go together. Who say problem they that then all they take decision on how for manage that process. They not go there for let person go make violence. Because you not go get reason for going to violence. People that they go into violence because they are dissatisfied. They don't know what's in the happen. So if people they know what's in the happen at each stage of the process, there will be no reason for violence. And if you don't want to accept self, you yourself you go shame for Allah, say foul play. Because you don't follow, you don't participate, you don't do that to the end. So now yeah, the problem there. And it's unfortunate the Electoral Commission, before it learn from his mistake, is still continue with exclusion theory in them processes. And this is dangerous for our democracy.
Like you say, Salon don't practice the first past the post. We also don't use the proportional representation, the PR system, when I been the latest one we use in the 2023 elections. Apart from the fact, say political party them go use them to their own advantage, then go look at the two systems and see which one go work best for them for their own personal advantage. But in the case of the PR, rates na the good and bad side of them as na currently the country they use.
Well, the PR as it was implemented in 2023, not good for any country. Because the objective of the PR now for ensure say you get several voices in the decision making. The minority, if you want to make a broad base representation. Now the essence of a PR system. They want that minority voice let it go be represented in the decision making process. But the PR of 2023 will go set a threshold when 11.9%. If you not score 11.9%, you don't go get it. And we don't they follow elections in this country. Apart from APC, SLPP, no party no they get 5% safe. In fact, most times, like the very recent elections then, I doubt if any party they will get 2%. And then you go put 11.9%. So that they eliminate minority parties. It eliminates people who say they don't want for me party, they want to be independent, and then people they elect them, they eliminate them and they. And so there was no way that they serve the purpose for which they say they implement them. Okay, then they say the PR creates a situation for the more women they're able to go by how they determine the policy. For every 3 people on the list, it must be a woman. But that they say we get a downside. Firstly, they don't indicate whose position they for put the woman. So the political party them, now number 3 don't want them they put the woman them. Whether they make Falaba not get woman representation. Because APC 1, 2, 3 9 a woman. SLPP 1, 2, 3 9 a woman. And APC win 2 seats. SLPP win 2 seats. So now 1, 2, 1, 2, and the woman they be left out. But first past the post, the Electoral Commission can also pass a policy where Parliament they enact. We go bring in marginalized groups, just like how they pass that policy for the PR. So representation not so much about which form of electoral system. Now, the purpose of the vision of the country and the country in willingness and desire for CC, women are represented, youth are represented, persons with disability are represented by bringing in policies that will encourage that. For example, in Kenya, now first past the post. But what do they do? Like where they talk about parliament, where people they contest for parliament. Every district back. So every district they turn 2 parliamentarians. Then they vote for 2 parliamentarians every district. The one where all man they compete for, woman and man, and then the one where a woman and normally compete for. So whichever party win them, na woman. So that alone don't provide opportunity, don't provide a safeguard for the woman that will be represented. Because when they win, the woman sits them, and then they go contest back for the other one. So every district will either return 1 woman, 1 man, or 2 women. So you get several ways where several policies where you go put in place, no matter which electoral system, for let you able get the required representation. We acknowledge the marginalized groups.
In 2023 to now, where Salon uses PR system, how you go assess the benefit, if it bring any benefits to the country and adjust political advantage?
Well, it depends on which lens you get for watch the situation. But you yourself, even the government, for let it decide, say, let us discuss which electoral system we want. Now, a pointer that they say not believe, say, the PR system score the goal we not be the initial intention. One, it not still bring the country together. We see the polarization. Anything SLPP say, APC they say not good, it smell. Anything APC say, SLPP they say is useless. So the system not able for bridge that gap at all.
But during the initial conversation them for reintroduce the PR system for the 2023 elections, this current government by then, when then be same one day in government, but they argue say now the best system of elections, we go make this party get a representative that the other party in strong goal, and we go promote national cohesion. From a civil society lens, what we observe so far, it yield the benefits?
There was no conversation before the decision. it was after the decision that people were now trying to justify the decision. And National Election Watch will be part of PPLC meeting and the political parties liaison committee. And we will try to discuss the issue. I raise the concern that this system get for eliminate independent candidates, it get for eliminate smaller political parties. You know, believe the smaller political parties, them bobo me. They say with a vast couple. This system we get for make let us help if we go to parliament. Now we want for can't stand against. Luckily, they pull the threshold. We go party meeting. This threshold here, it eliminatory. Oh, they make Reverend Lahai be the talk up. I say no. Una no see beyond una nose. And because una no see beyond una nose, una always get for be disadvantage. Because they give una the small screen and una fall for them. And now when the implementation step the can, that 10 day it don't late for any action will be taken. Now that 10 day una go realize that you have been going in the wrong direction all the time. The PR system as it was implemented, na saloon, not representative. And let me tell you, even the one day where they do the primaries, the political parties, the one day where they vote for the various places for let them be on that list. They not be know whose position they part the list or whether they part the list. And they not even show them. That are the two political parties there. They don't show the people there. Yeah, the list. And when they go to next for say, we want to see the list next, say, go to the political party and then submit the list. So political party, they submit one list to the Electoral Commission, they show another list to the party supporters. So you, the party supporter, you don't take and now say, me, I didn't have that position. It means say you never know this party list, so you don't submit. So that in itself na confusion. And we not forget confusion per electoral process. When they say after every 3 persons on the list, one for me a woman, then they put a name where the man, then they put a female. You see, now then insincerity there, then dishonesty there, by people where they want for can rule, and they undermine with democracy.
Now, practical example and the way happen as alone with this PR system.
Now they explain you so. I don't think I'm from the air. Then they put me 3 names. This being a man. But you know, say saloon, we get plenty names then we now unisex. You know? They say female.
Let me look at this.
And we think I was in the situation. Sometimes you go say, let's watch the picture them. Then when you watch the voter card now, you just say where your face, you will recognize her.
Was that deliberate?
I cannot tell.
Let we look at, because sincerity and fairness now one thing we don't emphasize on. And for let any country get a transparent election, some of them things then they supposed to be keywords. Now that the conversation don't begin on the recommendation, especially recommendation 78, what they discuss now. Now that it don't begin, the conversation at the rooms, how sincere are they?
So far, the way I don't connected to the process, I mean the way. In the first place, the president allow for let them do an independent investigation of the Electoral Commission by the is it Public Sector Reform Unit and IFES, that is International Foundation, blah blah blah. They don't do that investigation. They don't come out with the findings and the recommendations inside the report. And you go see, say, this now independent investigation, audit by the findings. You don't say when are true. So are they when they do the presentation to the president of that document? I not get any reason for say by waiting I observe, I mean I observer, that sincerity no dey. When the president they talk, he say he by his own perception every election don't they get problem, irrespective of who are the commissioners. He says so now that make let the focus not be the commissioners, but let it be the institution itself. Because according to Ram, sometimes how the institution they now make anybody where they put the outcome they always be contested. So the investigation was about the system. And he say in one left this country with an electoral system where go stop the halahalaya for election business. That was what he said. I not get any reason for doubt that day. And what he convinced me more now the fact that they're able to set apart. They tell we plenty things where they don't do in terms of even the legal reforms. And then say, let the people there go discuss whose system of election they want. So we got to go around with the Attorney General and Minister of Justice at the regions. We go gauge how the conversation they go. And I know say una self go they follow. Then they go culminate into a national consultative conference. We go also watch how the conversation they go, and we go able to determine whether indeed this is a sincere gesture for give opportunity for the people of this country for determine how the election business for Tanlek.
Let we look at how the conversations start now, from the Tripartite committee onto the report, onto implementing the recommendations of the Tripartite committee, and una self now as CSOs them, una don't come up, una don't begin for all consultation on how government and the opposition and other partners then supposed for implement some of the recommendation them. With all that is going on, Reverend, if all things be implemented, Sierra Leone assured of having a peaceful elections when no party, if self anybody go contest, not on major issues of transparency, come the next elections 2028. Is it possible with all we tuna they do so now?
Firstly, I want for let we know see that there is no perfect system. There will never be, because of the imperfection of the human being. But if all the recommendations are acted upon, and the one them way they were responsible for implementation of their recommendations they're able to act on them, and they're able to do them in compliance with their recommendation there, it will be far, far, far better than how we do now. Salo, we problem not a lack of good laws. No? We got very good laws. But how do you comply with the law? And it is unfortunate that the one that back for really rely for able to help we for understand this law business when are the lawyer them. When you bring them on the table, then they interpret them on the basis of partisan lens. One go grab, he come, he go put argument them, find one them. When the other one come, in your argument there, it just will left you into confusion about what's actually correct and what's not correct. So that's the challenge that we have. Look at this situation. They say the aggregated polling station results. You don't say this election now it results this. Then somebody say, no, I not believe. I not believe say now the results this. Well, prove them to me say now the results this. Prove them. Because that result, you get that from a source. How with that source? Without any accountability. Then he say, the law not say, I for bring and give. But the law equally don't say, when they ask for an ogi. So the issue is best practice. And wetin we really guide, we really for guide we process. Now, the issue of wetin they do so, is it transparent enough for let people then get confidence in am? Is it accountable? People able to take account of how the things and they actually go and give them confidence for if you able to participate in them thing they are so. It provides space for every shade of opinion also for be factored into them thing they are. Now then we are supposed to be the guiding post of our processes. When E normally and most times can be absent.
Reverend, two major things I want to pick from waiting you just talk so best practice and also the way how the lawyers and people put their book for interpret some of them laws there, they interpret them based on their own political lens. At this stage, having a national conversation as to deciding the kind of electoral system we salon for the practice. You na new National Election Watch, you get experience both local and international when it comes to elections business. From una own lens, because not everybody interested in any kind of conversation. Yeah, most people sometimes when the time they for let them do the dialogue, they say, I get other things them for go do, for attend to me on personal needs them. But as a nation, from new perspective, what system you think say best for the country in terms of electoral systems, compare the PR and that of the first past the post? Who's unworkable?
Oh, journalists. For now, we dey in conversation. We don't bring the leadership of civil society in every district in this country. We don't get a 2 days conversation. We don't look at the various options. Some components of the civil society leadership we can prefer the first past the post. Another component prefer the PR system. And a third component prefer a hybrid, a combination of both the first past the post and the PR system. And they all don't give the reasons why they take their positions then on that day. So now we want to follow the Attorney General and Minister of Justice in conversation at the regional level. And we therefore be interested in experience sharing. Each region, waiting it mean to them from previous elections. When we come out there, we come, and then we look at that position for our dialogue. Now from there, we position statements they come out.
But from an experience for election business, when I don't see the system, they work now that country them, when I don't observe elections and don't they follow the issues them. Also, I'm practically go work best for salon.
We don't tell you initially that not to the system, the electoral system, are the problem.
So elect we change them.
Not to the electoral system, are the problem. Now the implementation. Now they always get the problem. And we got to look at the context. When you take like South Africa, then get the PR system. Where they work very well. I mean, you see this guy, Malema. He's so vocal, a minority party. You know, every day second in terms of party strength. So it's serving them well. When you look at the own context. But you go and transplant down there to Salon. With politics, it polarized. The people that will say highly educated, the illiterate past the illiterates. Because if somebody we don't go through formal education to the highest peak, go meet chair they sit down, this red, this green. He say no sit down for the red chair. Now green chair go sit down for. Now illiterate. It no matter if in a PhD. Because that chair where you sit down for connected to your commitment to the political party. There's no connection. How person go wear red if they move around? There is a that in the APC. God make that color there for APC. You dey able ascribe person to a political party on the basis of the person like they carry the APC emblem. And that make elect Liberia. Liberia, no one party not get one particular color. No. All political parties, they get mixed colors. You get blue, you get red, you get green, you get this. The only time where you know say now this party they come out, now the party emblem. This color business power politics in this country, now it don't compound the problem. And everybody now wants, let them say, no, another year now. Another year. So it confine itself to a lifestyle where even they against waiting a choice. Some tell me, now green more, now my favorite color. But they say, hey, we dey talk out and the Reverend is like, now green no one they wear. And they don't go, they don't buy them. SLPP emblem, no they pa me close. A job be say me, I like green color. So you see, now let we listen to the conversation we get for go round and we go culminate to the national. And then we go really know, they say, he who feels it, knows it. So let we know how the people they really they feel them various systems they are before we go begin take position. Otherwise, we might be missing the whole point. We might be assuming for the people.
But that's a lot for do for educate the people as well, because like I stated earlier, not everybody interested in the kind of conversation here. Not so most of themselves know how the two systems they work, where the conversation go reach them for decide as to waiting and things say workable for the nation.
Now then assumptions there they make or they take misleading decisions. We feel say the people they don't know. And a wrong perception. Like you a scenario. This NGO go to a community, they say, consult the people what they want, this, that. Just go begin and build toilets there, outside. Build the toilet, they find, they put padlock panel, they give the key there to the people there. After 1 year, they go evaluate. How the thing how they be locked at the toilet, they no more, they left the key with the people there, where they go. Now that same way they meet them. The people they no go there. They call meeting. The chief force now grab. They say, me. That's how we model they go sit down for toilet. Me, I no go sit down there. You don't ask the people what actually they want. Then you assume for them. Or you go be water well. And you expect the people there for use that water well. You don't know whether or not they felt need that day. That woman, they go get the water. And that side they talk, all their boyfriend talk, all their waiting talk. Then you don't know, you can't put them middle tongue. Then they left the water where you don't need. Then they go to the water side outside them still they get. So that's why it's good to consult. Now make agree with the government, say, before we decide whose system of election would they do. The one day where the election system will affect, let we go get conversation with them and come out with a decision from waiting then they tell we. So we self want go see where the AG they go round, how they manage that process. Whether where they go defend one particular system, or they actually be very neutral and throw the ball and see the feedback where they get from the people. Then we go begin gauge the sincerity of the process. Now I make one for the day.
All right, Reverend, let me look at message them where people don't send for you inside the program this morning. The first one they come out from Victor Akomengot. It say the reports by IFES and PSRU must be widely circulated and abridged for public education, consultation and engagement. You can't discuss the system without examining the present ECSL management, who are most likely to conduct the 2028 elections.
Right, we look at more messages. The very first one I go look at from the YouTube channel. Kane Brahma, they say, why Sierra Leoneans don't want to go past the old dirty voting system called first past the post and try something new?
This one from Fode Mustafa today, they say the change of system is not about inclusion, participation, or effectiveness, but for parliamentary seats. The SLPP has calculated that they are having 20 to 30% of the vote in Western area, Kwenadugu and Cambia, but they weren't getting seats. They want so many seats to be able to pass bad laws without argument.
The message said the way the APC program the minds of the people around insincerity and dishonesty, that is why it is hard for the citizens to believe sincerity and honesty exist.
Mohamed Al-Hussein Conte, they say, Reverend, in my years of existence, I've never seen a Sierra Leonean independently and neutral as you are. May Allah richly bless you.
Mohamed Alhaji Kurumase, for me, the proportional representation is best for Sierra Leone. The only challenge is the threshold and the limit is smaller parties, but the less stress after election to conduct other elections.
This one say system in 2002 and then changed for first past the post in 2007, 2012 and 2018. The reason we went back to the PR system was tactical, starting with the midterm census and the failure to define constituencies boundaries. Even to calculate the threshold, the ECSL used data from the SLPP disputed 2015 census and the APC disputed 2022 census. This was what gave one party an advantage.
How you talk, just like how you talk, SLPP and APC, they are all the same, sir. Whenever things are not in their favor, they won't accept it.
Abubakar Rashid, they say, Reverend, even for school sports, then care red and green day. They make school authority them get for pool red and green and the school sports activity.
Victor Kalon say, Reverend, the threshold was a big obstacle for smaller parties.
Mohamed Alhaji Kouma, they say, for me, the representation is best for Sierra Leone. The only challenges is the threshold as it limits smaller parties, but less stress after election to conduct other elections.
One again from Victor Akomengot, he said we had the PR system in 2002 and then changed for the first past the post in 2007, 2012 and 2018. The reason we went back to the PR system was tactical, starting with the midterm census and failure to define constituency boundaries. Even to calculate the threshold, the ACSL used data from the SLPP disputed 2015 census.
Ben Kwame, they say, in the PR system, we the citizens are powerless in electing our parliamentary representatives. This system is not only selfishly used by political parties, but also not working in citizens' interest because they are representing their parties, not the citizens.
Abubakar Sidianke Kanu say, Mr. Lahai, you not good portrait to Salon. May God bless you.
All right, Victor Kalon, they say the civil society has lost its relevance and trust of the people. It no longer speaks for the people, but for the political parties they favor. We have seen so many civil society spokesmen taking political positions in same government they claim to criticize. All right, I take a few more they will come to Reverend Lahai for respond. Lolo Gasparini, they say, as the Reverend don't talk, we need forget one country where even before they announce the final results, the one way lost go able call the one way win and tell them congratulations. Now so then they do na Ghana. The ruling party where we lost the election call the opposition way win and congratulate them. Now so it's supposed for be and Salon need for learn from that. If we really want for go before, that kind attitude will help cool down the tension. But now Salon, if anybody try for concede before they announce the result, in your supporter them go begin vex panam and talk bad. This means say we still get long way for go. All right, a few more. I just take one more. This one they say this man of God. Okay. All right, please. This one, they say the voice of civil society was silent during the 2023 elections. Well, from the messages then they will come now to Reverend James Lahai for respond.
Yes. Anyway, quite a full plate for breakfast. I'll go through them one after the other and plenty doing a repetition. So, pausing, if you see I not pick that you specifically, now because I consider say it related to another way I already don't respond to. The policy request say the independent investigation will then make of the Electoral Commission for be made public. I not feel say a secret document. Otherwise, they not before don't go for presenter to president. They already don't like put her into a document, and I feel say na public document. So it only left for let its citizens themselves reach out for get copies for let they able popularize them. Otherwise, they not before even make that gesture for let civil society, other democratic institutions, let they all go witness the presentation of the document to the president. So I think na positive thing that need, not to secret society. Somebody in just want to try something new. You just want to try something new, you not go know the impact where it will get for you. Now you make research fine. Before you take the decision, it has to be informed by data. So I think let us not just try something new. Let us find out about how the people that they feel about her. This person say SLPP get sense because they know say they can get big votes in a western region, but they know they get seats. And I make them count the PR system. I see some sense inside that. Because most times SLPP, especially for Western Urban, sometimes now 1 seat no more or 2 seats than they get. But with the PR system, you they get as many seats as the votes the way you get in relation to the threshold. So that don't make SLPP, they don't get a reasonable number of seats in the Western area. So that I think that they na sound thinking because it look like a payoff. The PR system pay off for the SLPP. Well, this person they say will lack sincerity. Well, nothing I all they say. But the unfortunate thing is sometimes you say when they take you and put you there, now the same thing no more you get for me. That culture of insincerity. Because when you make somebody can they out in the talk fine when they put on there that different thing. We not see anybody who don't change that status quo. So we not get an example they point at. So for now, let all begin the work no more and make sure say there where they go there, they know say people and they watch them and then they talk. Sometimes that they go able help small. Well, several people they appreciate me. I tell them thank you. I feel say this is not the only country who get. All man get for contribute in your own way for make sure say this country are better. Because no sign no day where they go and say na your own country. Me I don't travel na plenty country them. I'm not comfortable na none. Na salon. So let we protect them by we own various roles that we play. Let it go be in the interest of the mama saloon. PR best, that's not your opinion. But you not tell me why if you say the PR best. This person they say the PR, them two systems there, they use them tactically for let them put any people them into advantage. Okay, in 1996, the rebel war be the still rage. So no way no day where you before go to constituency-based elections because access not be there in all parts of the country. So they do the proportional representation where the whole country now be one constituency. So now be party list for the whole country. Now so that election they be. Then 2002, they be done able free plenty side them, but not to all side again people that be they go. So they decide say, in fact, I make them count with that clause inside 1991 constitution constitution, that adjustment, with that amendment what they make. Because they know they will go everywhere na the districts. Now they say, okay, well, we dey do proportional representation, but let it not be that national. Let it be district block representation. So that now by districts then they submit lists. So that every district they able get. So they move away from that national when the whole country now be one constituency. So this time around, the districts now the constituency. And then the 2023 now the same district block system where the districts now in now the constituency. Of course, we don't get 3 elections where now proportional representation, and then we don't get 3 elections where the first past the post. So now I appreciate when the Attorney General and Minister of Justice get for go round. Because the people they don't taste all. Today when they announce this, we say, now today they do that PR, people they don't know about again too much. But they don't do it back now. So now people, if you want self, you go just take 2018, you take 2023. You go able to give sound judgment. The census them, yes, 2015 census, SLPP will say to better census. And civil society themselves will cry down that census. 2021 census, APC will say to better census. And civil society itself will say to better census. So with a hope for the census when they come 2026. Now I want for really begin see statistics more. We don't see much of them. The need for increased visibility. Census now about people. If you not engage the people constantly, we might end up not getting it right this time again. So they really appeal to the statistician general for let he step up in public engagement of this census. Let people they understand why census. Let them take that politics side of the census. The whole census business now small thing no more than about politics. Because if na first part the post, the Electoral Commission need that census result for able to shape the country into constituencies and wards. Because of the population they determine. If na proportional representation, the Electoral Commission need that census data for determine almost seats there na parliament or almost seats there na council for go na each district. So the population is key for that decision they need. And I don't know more. But after that, if you see what census really dey for, you not go allow that political component for can't disrupt all the good things them about the population census. This policy say for the 2023 election, CSO they not be relevant, they not be the talk. Well, sometimes that 10 day USB block, you know be the area. Because we will be the talk constantly. Khadija and maybe they will tell you say we will be the new PR about all the things that will be say not good. Will they come out with press statements? Will they do press conferences? Will they do reports? Will they engage? So maybe that's how you will choose for let years death. This person say there is really need for us to have one country. Well, I don't know if not 2 countries. Because me, as far as I know, now 1 country. Let's just say this, maybe. One thing we elect for the SLPP, now their slogan. 1 country, 1 people. If really they be acts like that, this country problem go down. But you not go say 1 country, 1 people. And then where bad happen, where you go, you get for protect some, then you punish some. And when you shape the cake back, you dey able to give back over more, then you hold the hand water. Let it really be a true 1 country, 1 people, then we go appreciate that slogan. We will discuss this yesterday. Now somebody say, yes, that slogan, when they form SLPP, newly, that be true. They say because all man have be that 1 pot SLPP, so now be 1 country, 1 people. They say, but they all be that 1 pot, they scatter back. They say, so that slogan, let them revisit them.
this stage where the office of the Attorney General and other body them, they go out for meet the people forget this conversation. Waiting you wanted and get in mind, both the one the way they go and the one they separate and they go meet as to deciding on this electoral system.
I want to let it be frank discussion. I don't want to let it be possible they talk because you want let people they feel say you they support waiting they want. Talk frank about how you convince and about how you feel. So now that make yourself they go. Because plenty time and they people that they go hail situation where they say no like, but they want let somebody see then they clap. You know, they go talk something across the constitution, then they clap. You know? So now make yourself they follow. We want and we want let the AG and its team let them be very neutral in their presentation to the people. Let them not go. They go begin justify one particular system and keep silence on the good aspects of the other system.
All right. Thank you very much, Reverend James Lahai. We join with this morning for can talk about the consultation when new and other political party and stakeholders they be all for discuss the preferred electoral system for Salon. It'll be a pleasure as always for get you now so for talk about elections and other things them. We go call you as and when necessary as soon as they continue the consultation nationwide with the Office of the Attorney General. Maybe wanna come back or can discuss waiting on a hear from the people them and waiting the people them prefer. It'll be a pleasure for get you, Reverend.
Thank you very much, Khadija and Mabel. But one last thing, because Mabel talk about power conversation, we call the opposition leader in parliament. The opposition leader in parliament, we invite them. We also invite the government, what's how they call her now? The government's own leader in parliament.
Leader of government business.
Leader of government business. We invite them all too. But he not come, he not honor our invitation. Last minute, the net before the event, I tell you say he not going to come. But we invite them. So not to say we invite the opposition, we not invite the government.
Part of
People that be listening, so let them get that clarification.
All right. Thank you, we can studio this morning, Reverend.
Yes, thank you so very much.
Well, now they end the breakfast show for today edition. Many thanks to Musasa Okoma, Dennis Kamara, and Samuel Thomas, who supports the production team for bringing this edition of the breakfast show to you. Many thanks to you also. We don't watch with this morning. Continue for Watch Liberty TV throughout the day. We get interesting content they already produce for now, as we there for you now accurate information on different issues that may happen all over the country. Mina Khadija Banguga, they say have a blessed day.
All right. Welcome back. So get a good day. We'll meet again. Goodbye.
Develop city, then clean, all clean city, develop.
This is Yvonne Akisoya, Mayor of Freetown, and today I want to talk to Freetonians about sanitation. We objective, transform Freetown, transforming lives. We not go able to achieve them if we all not join hands. Freetown City Council get role, but every Freetonian also get responsibility. Let we start first with the fact say FCC with the sweep 110 major streets every single morning from Monday to Saturday. But when we don't sweep the streets, if Freetonians then come and they continue for eat dirty in the street, in order to make the place look fine. Now make we get them litter bins them. The yellow bins we wanna go see around. So with the waka, you drink from your water bottle, your water plastic, you eat your packets on tin, not even a ground where you done. Make sure say you put on one of them bins then they. That litter bin they, in order for you host dirty, It don't mean say if you pack you host dirty, you can pin her next to the bins them. Not to the idea that. No give you host dirty to the one where the Allah say clean salon. No say that dirty way they collect now you host. You no get for can go now the one of the two official sites. You know they can go Kissy Bomber, you know they can go King Tom Bomber. It turns so it left on a ground. And now we council get that problem, but you self get a problem because now front somebody else in Domot, your own dirty don't end up. So wait you for do with you host dirty. We get the one then a council where we don't certify. So then approved waste providers. Then they on tricycles, some of them they a vehicle. You will get host, you will get business, you in a hospital, institution, everybody for make sure say the waste collected by an approved FCC waste collector. We get the tricycle groups, we get the companies, so you go see them around. We engage with them on a regular basis. And wait till we go do now as we come into this new year. Now for make sure say FCC stand behind them for you for no outside and day and for let them self go to you so that we no go get that gap. When you eat dirty in a gutter, it end up na Lumley Beach, Toke Beach. All the tourism ambition where we get for the city, we lost that potential there. FCC, they spend boku money on dirty business. The fuel, the labor, the vehicle maintenance, the spare parts, the night operations, the illegal dump site clearing where we get for the do every now and then. All that boku money, I'm not going to say we're not going to spend anything, but we're going to reduce some. If Fritonians then do the right thing. Because we not go get for go clear illegal dump sites. We not go get for sweep as many streets and spend as long. So if we reduce that money we spend now on dirty business, we go able put some on development. We all want for improving municipal schools. We want improve the markets them. We want for let we see new developments at the city. That money we use for dirty business. You and while we all make up with mind. Pay.
You are watching Liberty Breakfast Show on Liberty Online TV.